Your state of motion is going to be pushed or pulled by the storms that we walk through. And not just the storms themselves, but our attitude, our perspective, and our mindset during those storms. Hey there, and welcome to this Wednesday Word of Wisdom. See, nature can be extraordinarily powerful. Think about, say, like a waterfall like Niagara Falls. It pours more than 500,000 gallons of water crashing down 18 stories into the Niagara River every second. Did you know that that's enough water to fill nearly 50 Olympic-sized swimming pools in less than a minute? Or what about an earthquake? Like, it can topple buildings, it can bring down entire mountains. And then there's storms. Storms are incredibly powerful forces. Consider things like hurricanes, blizzards, avalanches, forest fires, floods, tidal waves, and even thunderstorms. A severe enough storm can actually cause an earthquake. Storms are powerful. A force is defined as a push or pull that changes an obstacle state of motion or causes that object to deform. Your state of motion is going to be pushed or pulled by the storms that we walk through. And not just the storms themselves, but our attitude, our perspective, and our mindset during those storms. Newton defined a force as anything that causes an object to accelerate. So I want to ask you, in your life, do you want to accelerate? Bad things happen. How I respond to them defines my character and the quality of my life. I can choose to sit in perpetual sadness, immobilized by the gravity of my loss, or I can choose to rise from the pain and treasure the most precious gift I have, life itself. That was Walter Anderson. Often in life, the forces that impact upon the trajectory of our lives are the storms of life. See, John Maxwell, he talks about the law of pain, and that tells us that how we manage our bad experiences determines the level of growth that we experience. And the pain, that's the storm. Take a minute just to think into that for yourself, right? Think about the pains that you have to experience, the storms that you have to walk through. Pain sucks. There's no way around that. Nobody wants pain. Nobody wants to experience pain. No one wants to walk through a storm. I don't think there's ever been anybody who woke up and on their to-do list they said, hey, I want to see how much pain I can go through today. But you know what? Pain does create growth, but only if it's managed effectively. Too often we feel like, if I can just survive the storm. There's an African proverb that says, smooth seas do not make skillful sailors. Just surviving the storm does not create growth. There are tools that we can use to develop ourselves and create growth that we want to see on the other side of the storm. When you walk through challenging experiences, do you shrink? Do you detach? Do you get angry? Maybe you try to just ignore it. Bad experiences, they have this opportunity. They can either stop us, they can cause us to freeze, to give up, to fail, or they can force us to make decisions and to take action that makes us feel uncomfortable. But no storm lasts forever. I've heard it said, it will never rain 365 days consecutively. Keep in mind that troubles come to pass, not to stay. Don't worry, no storm, not even the one in your life, can last forever. The pain that is associated with the storm, it pushes us into a place where we have to face who we are, where we have to ask ourselves, who do I want to be? We have to look at where we are. We have to look at where we want to be. With the storm defines who we will become. We're either going to stay put or we're going to grow. I can tell you from experience that pain, that those storms, if we allow them, they will open us up to the greatest growth, to our gifts, to our mission, to our vision, to our values. My mission was defined out of a state of pain. And Carl Jung said, until we make the unconscious conscious, it will rule our lives and we will call it fate. We're going to blame those outside circumstances. That's going to keep us stuck. It's going to keep us spinning our wheels and missing the message that the storm provides. You know, in the storm, we've got to look inside and then we have to decide. Every storm runs out of rain, just like every dark night turns into day. Gary Allen. Even storms in nature are good things. Those powerful forces of nature lead into some incredible beneficial rewards. And in much the same way as the storms of life can introduce incredible benefits into our lives. Great things never came from comfort zones. I'm going to be doing a series of messages here about the benefits of storms. And as I do that, I want you to explore how this applies to you, how it applies to your journey, how it applies to your attitude towards pain. And I want you to discover your greatest potential for growth. Each time we encounter a painful experience, we get to know ourselves a little better. It helps us define who we are, who we want to be, and where we're headed. See, when you're in the middle of a storm cloud, it's hard to think outside of it. But the only way out of the storm is to go through it. You know, things get clearer, things get better on the other side of that storm cloud. I've heard it said that no storm can last forever, right? I've already stated that to you, right? We have to remember that trouble is going to come our way, and then we get to decide. We get to decide what the next step is going to be. And hey, you know what? You can join me in my Journey to You program, where we are going to talk about that potential. We're going to talk about how to take care of yourself. Sometimes the greatest storms bring out the greatest beauty. And if you're walking through a storm, you can get through it too. And I want you to stay tuned here, because I'm going to bring you more and more info, more tools about walking through the storm. And like I said, join me in Journey to You. That is where we're going to start to unwrap your potential, start to unravel who you are, where you want to be, and what you want to do in your life. So to do that, come to journey2you.ca. And the Pay What You Want program goes until the end of May. So jump on there quickly, get your place in the program, and I'll see you soon. All right, bye for now.